Hello, Reject Nation. It's Greg Alva here with Morgan Han from How To's with Morgan and Ashley. Mm-hmm. She's here with me today. We've been catching up. She's a delightful woman. A lady.
You're a delightful man.
Who I want to put you in a dark place right now.
Yes.
With 5 most haunting selfie posts ever made with eerie explanations you need to hear from one of my favorite channels, Top 5 Unknowns. Morgan and I once did something internet scary related, and people loved it.
I'm pretty sure it was from this channel, too.
Yeah, so keep the theme going.
Haunting selfies?
I think that's what it was, yeah.
That's what this is.
That's what this is, yeah. This is me listening. Well, I can't wait for you to see this. Hopefully it's fun, scary, and exciting.
Oh, it's very sexual. That's scary. 5 disturbing selfies.
Get ready, Morgan.
Number 5. In July of 2011, a 17-year-old boy named Tyler Hadley bludgeoned his parents to death with a hammer, simply because he wanted to have a house party, which they strictly did not allow. After cleaning up the couple's blood for over 3 hours, he began inviting over 60 guests to his home. But little did his guests know, his parents' dead bodies were stashed away in an upstairs closet.
Oh, that's like Law and Order.
Family, Hadley was just 15 years old when his parents began to see sudden and extreme changes in his behavior. According to his aunt, around age 15, he began skipping school, hanging out with the wrong crowd, and getting involved with drugs.
Dude, not cool.
By the time Tyler had turned 17, his parents claimed that they had tried everything to get him back on the right path, including therapy, antidepressants, mental health evaluations, and a substance abuse program, though nothing ever changed. Eventually, Tyler came home drunk from a party. For this, his parents took away his phone and car until further notice.
Good parenting.
According to Tyler's aunt, he apparently felt that this was far too much and told his mom that he wanted to kill her. His aunt said that she didn't believe he would ever actually go through with it.
Of course not.
He seemed as though he was extremely angered by the fact that he was being punished, combined with the fact that he was blackout drunk. Just a week before the house party that Tyler wanted to have, his parents took him to a family reunion located near a cabin in Georgia. Members of his family said he looked completely normal and seemed as though he was doing great, making the impending death of his parents seem much more bizarre. On the day of the murders, Tyler posted an invitation to Facebook about the party he was hosting, claiming that his parents had gone away to Orlando, Florida for the weekend. According to Tyler's aunt, this wasn't the case at all, and most of the people that he invited to the party weren't even his friends. During the party, Tyler pulled his best friend, Michael Mandel, aside, insisting that he had something important to tell him. The two left the house and spoke on the front lawn, where Tyler informed him that he had killed his parents. According to Michael, he was at first in disbelief, but Tyler then told him, "Mike, look at the driveway. All the cars are there. I killed my parents." After this, Michael found blood by a computer desk, as well as blood outside of Tyler's parents' doorway, though he assumed that he was simply playing a prank on him. To this, Michael insisted that he wanted to see their dead bodies in order to believe it. Tyler took him to his parents' bedroom and insisted that Michael check for himself, telling him that they were stored away in the closet. Michael opened the door, and sure enough, there they were. After making this discovery, Michael stayed at the party just a few more hours.
Just a few hours.
If you just discovered that your best friend was a serial killer, you certainly wouldn't leave the party right away.
Oh, that's
Michael
true.
even took a photo with Tyler, stating that he knew this would be the last time that he saw him. Following this, just a few hours later, Michael phoned police. Tyler was then taken into custody and given 2 life sentences without the possibility of
Goodbyes are hard.
This is the last thing I'll see is so you're going to prison for life.
In May of 2017,
Oh my God.
an 18-year-old Maxwell Morton from Pennsylvania shot his friend, then took a photo with his lifeless body.
Whoa!
He told the judge at his sentencing that he didn't want to be remembered as a savage, stating that the death of his friend was definitely, quote, messed up. He continued, "Sometimes sorry isn't enough for people, but that's all I have to give." Morton was then convicted of 3rd-degree murder. This because he claims that the two were playing with a handgun that neither of them knew was loaded. He then pointed it at his friend and pulled the trigger. He claims that he took the photo to document what had happened and intended to immediately kill himself from the guilt, stating that he was one of his best friends. According to Max, the two were pretending to be rappers at the time of the incident. He says that the clip wasn't in the gun, a fact that hasn't been confirmed by police, and that he then pulled the trigger and the gun went off. However, another teen in the area claims that Maxwell had actually bragged about the killings while the two of them were playing video games together, claiming that he, quote, got his first body. The friend says that he didn't believe him at first until he saw the photo he had taken of his friend's body. According to Maxwell's defense attorney, the court was seeking to put Maxwell away for 40 years, though he argued that if Maxwell hadn't taken that photo and had instead simply phoned police, he would likely face no prison time whatsoever. Regardless, due to Maxwell's 2 additional arrests involving a violent crime, as well as the photo, Maxwell was sentenced to 15 to 30 years in prison.
I want to see the photo.
Oh, come on, show us the photos.
Don't even see it.
Shocking photos have recently been made public, showing a nurse who is believed to have murdered dozens of patients, with the photos showing her posing with a dead woman. The nurse named Daniela Poggiala was arrested in October of 2014. After evidence was found indicating that she was involved in the deaths of at least 38 patients, with prosecutors labeling the deaths of most of these individuals as highly suspicious. In fact, an autopsy on one of the individuals, a 78-year-old woman, showed abnormally high levels of potassium chloride in her system, which is an essential vitamin. Though when taken in large doses, potassium chloride can lead to abnormal heart rhythms and even death. This is actually the compound given to death row inmates, though in much higher doses. According to police, Daniela killed the patients for pleasure, often taking out the most annoying ones so that she didn't have to deal with it.
Wow, what a bitch.
Daniela, she was forced into helping Daniela take the photos and expressed severe discomfort in doing so. According to this worker, who remains unnamed, Daniela was known for giving laxatives to patients, strictly to make it difficult for the nurses on the next shift. Because of the nurse's prior knowledge about the offenses, both she and Daniela have been arrested and are awaiting trial for their crimes.
What an evil woman.
Oh my god.
That's evil. That's evil.
Heinous.
Dennis Rader, also known as the BTK killer, is an American serial killer most well known for his bizarre means of murdering his victims.
My girlfriend's obsessed with him.
Sexual fetish of wearing his female victims' underwear.
Shouldn't say that.
Posing in photos with them before dumping their bodies. He's known to have killed at least 10 victims, 9 of whom were female and 1 male. His title of BTK originated from messages he left on or near his victims, with BTK meaning beat, torture, kill. All of Dennis's known victims resided in Kansas.
That's what it means.
At the moment, there's only one known victim who actually escaped being captured by it, a 63-year-old woman by the name of Anna Williams. In 1979, Dennis claims to have waited outside of her house for hours, expecting her to arrive home, though she never did. Instead, she spent the night out with friends. This angered Dennis deeply, causing him to leave her home and never return. Dennis was also known to have stalked a number of women, though there's no evidence suggesting that he had any intent to kill them. Of these women, one successfully filed a restraining order, while the others simply moved away.
17 years, damn.
Murders, Dennis is also well known for the games he played with police, taunting them with letters and messages for over 30 years.
Yeah.
In these messages, he would include vague clues about himself, as well as occasionally including photos of his victims, claiming responsibility for their deaths. In fact, it was one of these that led to his eventual arrest. How come we didn't see the other picture? By 2004, it had been over 12 years since Dennis's last letter was received by police. The case of the BTK killer had run cold. However, seemingly out of nowhere, letters began coming in again. These letters, in combination with modern technology which helped determine their origin, led to the arrest of Dennis in 2005. Following this, he was given 10 life sentences in prison. He's currently 72 years old and resides in the El Dorado Correctional Facility. Number 1. In 2014, Angela Wrightson was a 40-year-old alcoholic who was known for having little, if any, friends. She often invited strangers or passers-by into her home simply for conversation and a drink. In fact, it was this exact action that ultimately led to her death. Angela would often sit on the doorstep of her Hartpool home. According to court records, Angela had a habit of allowing underage children to drink or smoke in her presence, causing her to be quite popular with the teenage crowd. In December of 2014, 2 girls aged 13 and 14 visited Angela at her home, asking that she buy them alcohol. Angela considered the girls friends and immediately agreed. However, within the next handful of days, she would suffer more than 100 individual injuries, including being beaten, stabbed, then tortured with a wooden stick. During these attacks and following these attacks, the girls posted photos of themselves to Snapchat, a decision which ultimately led to their arrest. After the 2 girls were arrested, they were both determined to be severely mentally ill, and both
They
of them
beat her?
attempted to end
They
their
beat
lives
Angela.
numerous times throughout the course of
Oh.
the trial, with the older girl even beating her head repeatedly into a brick wall. The girls have yet to be sentenced, though the judge has stated that the minimum amount of time that they'll receive is 12 years.
That's
What?
it. This is
I thought they were gonna say she was a
Thank you guys
killer.
so much for watching.
This is
If you like this
so
video, be sure to
depressing.
click that like button.
I know.
I'm
Also,
scared to
don't forget
walk to
subscribe
my
and click that
car.
notification bell to keep updated with our videos.
Thanks, top 5 unknowns.
I'm scared to walk home.
That was a great list. Walk home.
Or
You don't have to walk home.
I'm
You
scared-
gotta drive into
I'm
your
scared
garage
to
in
go
your
into-
apartment.
I'm scared to go into my home in the air.
Just know this. Just know this.
Just no.
Okay, Morgan, is that I really believe in law of attraction. So if you are holding on to these thoughts, you are more likely to
You
attract.
will be murdered if you're attracting murder to you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of true, but like, I thought that it doesn't count for like death and stuff. Like, you can't positively think someone dead. Like, if it's like someone cuts you off in traffic, you're like, ooh, I'm positive.
But you can think
that
yourself
you
into
will
death.
die. You can't.
You
Well,
can-
yes, you can, but like,
Yeah.
not in the way that you are saying.
We'll see about that. I'll make sure of it.
Greg!
Anyway, let's talk about a couple of these.
This, first of all, I thought that should have been the selfie.
That guy was one of the worst ones of these 5. It's kind of hard to put a ranking on these.
He should have been number 1.
He should have been number 1. He was the
Maybe
worst
number
one.
2.
But the first guy who killed his own parents so he could throw a housewarming party.
But he bludgeoned them to death with a hammer.
Oh my goodness, my gosh, you know, I have a new roommate. You guys might know him, John. He's been on this channel a couple of times. So many times I want to invite people over, and I have a hammer just in case he doesn't let me have someone over. Like, he wanted to be in this video today with us. There's a reason he's in the bedroom, and we
Okay.
haven't seen him all night.
I like John.
Well, did you say goodbye to him? No. Okay.
Has he ever prevented you from having people over before?
Yes, and it has led many times. I've told him, like, if you keep doing this, John, I might get out of hand. I might get carried away.
This is first of all, this is super incriminating. So I just want you to know, if anything were to happen to John, they would see this, and this would be the first thing, and then I would be an accessory.
Well, on a serious note, this guy shouldn't have done it. He kind of overreacted a little bit just to have a housewarming party.
I cannot believe he did that. And one, I can't believe he hid them upstairs in the closet because there was no time or whatever. I can't believe he told Tyler, I think that was his name.
Yeah.
Hey man, my parents are dead upstairs in the closet. Go have a look for yourself.
I love how this Tyler guy was like,
Let's take a
I'm
picture,
gonna take
man.
a photo with you because this will be the last time I see you.
That was a little weird though. For real, what would you have done? Would you have left right away? Because then he would have serial killed you.
I would have called the cops right away.
Right away, like
would've called
gone
the
to
cops
the bathroom
right
and then
away.
just called them right away and be like, I don't know who called.
I would, or at least text someone.
You wouldn't have waited a few hours like,
I wouldn't
like
have waited
his
for
friend
hours.
did.
I would have gone to the bathroom. Would have called the police, and
Yeah, I probably would have called the police right away.
I would have played it off smart. I would have been like, "You're a funny guy, dude. Hey, man, I'm gonna go take a shit really quick." Bam. That way, if I'm in there for a long time on hold, because you know how 911 can be.
They don't put you on hold for 911.
Yeah, they do. Every time I go, I call. I call like at least once a month.
Every time I call 911.
Yeah.
Gregory, please hold. We
Please
know.
hold, Greg. I know it's you, Greg. Hold on. You call every month. Only Morgan's the only one I feel comfortable making jokes about this shit. Talking about real life
We
deaths.
joke about like
Yeah.
the worst. It's just because we know.
We know
darkness.
death. We've been in the darkness.
We know the
We've been to hell
Like,
and
if you
back.
can't joke about it,
Then why
Then-
why watch a video about
if you
it?
can't joke about it, then really we would just all walk around so heavy and miserable
Yeah.
all the time. Because life's shitty.
It
Life's
is.
There's great stuff, and then there's some shitty stuff.
You should
People
include that
die.
in your self-help book that you were
I
telling me
want
you want
to.
to write. That should be a chapter. Life
Life
shitty.
is shitty.
That should be the last chapter.
My therapist the other day, I go to therapy, everyone. She the other day, she's like, you should be like, yes, I love falling in love. I didn't realize there was so much shit that came with it. And I'm like, yes, therapist.
Yes, therapists whose name will not be disclosed in this video. They can't talk about you, but you can say their name.
No, I don't want to. I like her.
Yeah, because you don't want everyone
I
going to
want
her.
her. Yeah, I don't want everybody to go to her.
Yeah.
And it takes away from me.
Yeah, well, I can't see you
Hello.
this week. The second story, though, of this guy who shot his friend.
I wanted to see that picture, and I was really upset that we didn't.
Yeah, because he took a photo with a dead body. This gets me thinking about a very recent incident. The other day, a friend from Texas was visiting, and he showed us that, because he was from the military and he has a gun, and I've never been gun shooting before. So he took John and I to his car, and he gave me his gun, and he like emptied the clip, and he checked the chamber first to make sure there was no bullets in it, and he was showing me how to aim. And then John was there, and he was like, dodging and stuff. I'm like, it's empty. So I'm like, John, quit being a pussy. But then watching this, I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
John was
when
smart.
When people even point like toy guns at me, I get nervous.
Yeah,
Not that like the water gun's gonna kill me. You don't know.
That makes me nervous to like do an action movie.
There's like 2 in a clip and 1 in a chamber. They always say. So if you empty the clip, you have to empty the chamber because the chamber is like.
Yeah, so you always got to make sure it's empty, and we did. So when John was like dodging, I was like, man, what a pussy. But this shows John was smart.
What if you had there was a bullet in there and you shot John?
I would have to get a new roommate to help out with the bills.
Just shot your neighbor.
And then I would grieve afterwards. But you gotta focus on priorities first.
Money.
Yeah.
Money over friendship.
Money. Well, the friendship's over at that point.
Because you killed it.
I killed it.
Literally.
Yeah, I take responsibility. It's time to move on.
Oh my god.
This third story though, this is an evil woman right here. I mean, the guy BTK killer is pretty evil too.
How many times have you been in a hospital and a nurse has helped you out and she could have offed you?
She could have killed. I know. That is the scary part. It's like, who was this woman and what was her motivation for all these things?
I think she was a serial killer and she was like, yes, a hospital.
This woman, though, I'm thinking, did she go to like nursing school with the intention of killing people? Like, this is the perfect cover up. I can go to nursing school. But then she was also like
Dexter?
Yeah, like training herself so that way she could get away with murder. So I'm thinking, like, did she kill people before she was a nurse? Or did she get driven to a point to kill people when she was a nurse?
Do you think serial killers grow up thinking they're going to be serial killers, or they just one day end up as a serial killer?
Well,
or that sometimes it's a little bit of both?
Sometimes it's a little bit of both. Sometimes they kill someone when they're younger, and then eventually when they get older and they have more control over their life, they start abusing whatever control they have to kill. I've seen Mindhunters on Netflix.
I have not. What happens?
Oh, it's a really good show. Speaking of Mindhunter, BTK Killer is in that one.
Is he for real?
Yeah, that's how I learned about him. And is he for? Yeah, this is real. Yeah, my lady told me about him, and
that was a little go your
lady. Yeah, she actually has a strong fascination with serial killers. And what's funny is all her ex-boyfriends have all gone missing.
Gregory.
About a year into them dating.
This is an extremely incriminating segment, like your plans to murder John,
I don't have a plan to murder John. I just have actually shot him. I would cover it up.
Tendencies to maybe murder John. Anyway, I'm just
saying.
The
BTK killer. Or I call it
killing.
Oh man.
That's so disrespectful to all the people that he's killed. Sorry guys.
Yeah, he was only caught a few years ago. I mean, this guy got away with murder
for 17 years.
Longer than that, 30 years. Because he killed for 17 years, then he stopped for a long time, and then he came back again. Like he made a comeback, but then
that's
he got
what you
caught.
gotta do though. Every episode of Bones I've watched, the successful serial killers went away for a bit and then they resurfaced.
Yeah. It's kind of like alcohol treatment, you know, like when you relapse, you've been sober for so long, and then you relapse and you have this incident. This guy, he had a family and everything, man.
Not crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think you would be a successful serial killer?
Me?
Because you've seen, have you seen enough, TV shows? I've watched enough Bones. I really feel like I could hide a body and it would not be found. I really feel like I could. I really feel like I couldn't get caught.
Really?
I don't think I could kill somebody.
Yeah, that's my fail. But
point. I think if I could, I think I would be successful.
I think if I was willing,
maybe
to
just
kill,
like a one-time thing though. I don't think I would be a good long-term murderer.
This is our cover-up right here for our incriminating video.
Just so everybody knows, we're openly talking about it. There's no way we could have.
We couldn't do it, but we could. But we couldn't.
I wouldn't. But if I did, this is exactly how I would do it.
But I know I could do it.
But I don't think I really could. I don't think I could take a life. I could barely kill a bug.
Oh man! But this one, I mean, at first I was like grossed out with the old lady because I thought they were gonna say she killed. And then I found out, she's the one.
They killed the old lady.
Well, did they kill her or they just really beat the shit out of her? That's what it sounds like.
They just beat the shit out of her. Why is that number one?
Because it's an sweet old lady who like little girls trying to murder her.
I think she just looks older than she is. So I'm not that emotional.
Oh, wow.
Really, you're only 45.
I thought I've said the horrible things this week.
I feel like we're equally terrible human beings, 100%. She looks endearing there.
How can you beat an old lady? Maybe they thought
it was an old man.
Well, that's different. Every month my 911 phone calls are about me attacking an old man. Hey guys, you can subscribe to The Real Rejects and click that notification bell, please. Follow Morgan Han on How To's with Morgan and Ashley, a great how-to channel. And check out their Instagram if you just want to see her pretty face. How To Blondes Make a Right. Go check it out right there. And by the way, you can become a patron eject today. It's awesome over there. We post daily exclusive content and everything you guys, pledge helps out with the channel. Much love, Reject Nation. Don't kill.